going on, people? Welcome to United View and welcome to another episode of The Overview here at UVHQ. We've got some big games coming up this weekend, obviously with Manchester United playing, but these two, we've got Doyle, what are you saying? Liverpool? In the mud. No, you just won 7-1.
In the mud,
yeah, you just won 7-1.
We're coming back, we're just not where we were, lad, but yeah, Liverpool, innit?
Yeah, that's it. And they will be taking on Manchester City. Tom's team, what are you saying, bro?
I'm good, man. First time back since the derby, you know.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Yeah,
don't worry, just
okay,
fine. When I see when Tom came to, I go, oh shit, you know what? I didn't actually speak since then, but we were just, you got another big game. Don't worry about that. Got to stop Arsenal. Just worry about that, yeah. But we got loads to get into this show, and obviously Man United centric. We've got to be biased first. We've got to talk about Man United, Manchester United against Newcastle. We'll get to another big game there with you two. My team, Man United, taking on Newcastle United, is 5th against 6th.
Big game.
We've managed to stabilise ourselves after the humiliation at the Etihad. We've had a good week, beating Ammonia, then beating Everton, then beating Ammonia again. So it's 3 wins on the bounce that we desperately needed. I'll start with you. Doyle was saying some stuff there. They could be coming for. They could be the next City. How do you see Newcastle, and how do you see their chances against us at Old Trafford?
I've been impressed with Newcastle since the takeover happened. I think the way that they've been moving as a club, the way the manager's been moving. It's funny because obviously everyone has the association with City because of the money, because of the Middle East influence. But the other association is that what we've seen with City over the years is this quite sensible, pragmatic approach to managing a team and managing a club. Like not just like gung-ho, we're just buying players left and right where it doesn't make sense. And we kind of seen that with Newcastle, like the first window, then the second window, they stepped it up a bit more. The way that Eddie Howe's been building over there, I've been super impressed. I think obviously it's going to take a while for them to then make that next transition, especially because of the levels that have been set above them. But it's going to be a test for United because they've been playing good football. They've got some really good players in there. Gamerish, it looks like he could be playing his way.
The Newcastle people, I've got voice notes and that from a few of them. They're saying, listen, we got the real Bruno.
He is.
We got the, and at the moment, you know what I mean? And at the moment, our Bruno's moving a bit.
Yeah.
He's moving. Since he signed the thing, he's not really. Yeah. He's been a little bit up and down. We're trying to get some, and Bruno Guimaraes is doing his bits. Look, for you, the way I see this is this. I remember that game, obviously, against Liverpool with the 8 minutes added on, or when he scored in the last minute, the Newcastle game. But they gave it to you. Isak really, that was really close. That when he got the second goal and he got, that to me might have probably put him outside. Yeah. But they gave you a really tough game and were so unlucky to not win there. That shows that they can travel well. I look at the game against you guys at St James's. They were 3-1 up after being 1-0 down after 3 or 4 minutes. They've proven they can mix it with the boys. So the big boys, they are not going to be scared coming to Old Trafford, are they, Doyle?
No, there's a massive buzzing around the club, rightly so. They're playing great football and they're doing everything right. It's like what he said, they're doing incremental development right now. They're not going mad. They're buying the right managers who's done the Premier League before. He knows these teams that he's coming up against. They're buying the right players, not buying massive names, but they're buying talented footballers. Yeah. I think Isak was the third best player in his age group in the world. Yeah. That's the type of players you need to start getting. So they won't be terrified of everything. Anybody going to anywhere, especially when they're playing teams like City and they're getting results, draws, coming to Liverpool and nearly getting results. I mean, they look fantastic. So I don't think they'd be scared of Manchester United whatsoever, mate. I really don't.
They won't. I mean, for me and for us as Man United, I see it like this. And on the flip side of that, it'd be a big team to beat. With where we're at, they're on our heels. They're on we're on 15 points. They're on 14 points. They've played the game more. But to get a little bit of daylight, and actually just for our confidence, again rebuilding after that City crushing. Yeah. I think we're going to get a season where our season's going to be like this, where we're going to go on a little run. Because look, going into the City game, it was like, we won the last 4 in 4, bang, battered. It was right. All right, cool. Let's restabilise. We've now got 3 wins on the bounce. Beat them. That's 4 wins on the bounce in all competitions. And again, back-to-back wins in the Premier League from after City, and it's so important that we get that. So for us, home game as well, I think it's going to be a tight game. If I'm looking at the matchups, one of my things is that I'm a little bit like Diogo Dalot's playing like pretty much every game because Wan-Bissaka's been injured and he just doesn't fit Ten Hag's style. He doesn't fancy him. Ten Hag said in press conferences, we've got Lindelof who can play there, we've got Malacia who can play there, but that's that's makeshift settings, you know, and Dallow's looking a little bit leggy now, and we all know what St. Maximin's on.
Yeah.
We all know. I'm not sure if he's going to be fit or what's going on with him. I think he is.
He is.
But, you know, that's...
Yeah. And
they've got...
Did you have Trippier on that side as well?
And Trippier plays right back as well.
Is Callum Wilson fit? He's another one, you know, he scores bags of goals and he's a fantastic striker.
That's what I mean. I haven't seen Newcastle's the last... Who's been starting. 'Cause I don't think Isak has. I think he might have picked up an injury, didn't he?
Yeah.
But I just feel that, like Doyle said, they're not going to be scared. And for us to beat Newcastle, we're going to have to be near our best to beat them.
Going to need your backbone, lads, which you've actually shown this season. You have shown it. The fact that you've got beat 4-0 by Brentford and then went on to get victories against Liverpool and you've had results here and there. Like you have showed a backbone, and in games like the Everton game where you went 1-0 down and you've come back to win 2-1. You have shown that, so that's what you're gonna need against Newcastle, and you've seen it with Liverpool. We needed that backbone to beat them because they're not going to be easy. The tactical, they do the dirty tactics as well when they need to. They wasted a lot of time against Liverpool, so they're a good set up, well organised team, lads, with talented footballers that can change the game instantly. If you get a free kick on the edge of the box, lads,
it's a problem.
Trippier, lads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're in big trouble. We're in trouble.
I do think United will win the game. I think that after the dust settled from the derby and I was done just like giving it in the neck to United fans, when I did speak
notice how I didn't speak to you afterwards.
Just incognito for a little bit.
No, that was it. But after the dust had settled and I was speaking to a few United fans and I was saying, look, the reality is that it's going to be how you bounce back from this that's going to tell me where United are up to, where Ten Hag's up to. And I think that week or 10 days or whatever it was you had of those two Europa League games and Everton for United and for City, to be honest with you, for both of us, is like going to play a Liverpool or a City. It's that kind of a game. So I think getting those 3 results in them 3 games has given me some confidence that United will be moving with more momentum into this game than Newcastle. Obviously, Newcastle have been playing well, but I think United will be feeling that kind of wind up the back, and I think it will just be enough, especially at home, to just push them over the line.
Yeah, I think it will be extremely tight. I think we'll just edge it. It will be very tight, and again, we're going to have to do things properly. You can't be making mistakes. You can't be, all the time leaving Dalot one-on-one with St. Maximin, or even Miguel Almiron. He's at it. He runs. He works hard, and Bruno Guimaraes in midfield. Joe Linton, the beast, he's doing his thing. They're a decent outfit. They're more than a decent outfit. They're defending properly as well. So, but on the flip side, we've got Marcus Rashford now, who, midweek last night against Ammonia couldn't hit a barn door, but he's there. He's in the positions. He's picky. He's up in his game. Do you know what I mean? He's up in his game. I'm looking at Anthony. He's still growing into things. So look, Casemiro is starting to settle down a little bit. Look, if we can win that game on Sunday, I think it's another right step in the right direction.
I think you'll do it, lad.
Yeah. Prediction time. Give me prediction.
I think it's going to be the same as Liverpool score, 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1.
I think it might be 3-1 United.
Yeah.
I think you'll finish the game with a bit of breathing space. I think that stylistically as well, I think it is a different matchup, United Newcastle, to when Newcastle played City and Liverpool, and they were kind of almost playing on the break. I think that's going to be different.
They can have a go at us.
I think that might actually work in you guys' favour over the course of 90 minutes, and I think it'll be comfortable in the end for United.
Hope both of you are right. I'm not going to give my actual prediction, but
never does,
I think we might just edge it.
Are you going to touch the goalpost?
I'm not. I'm not going near the goalpost. Nowhere near the goalpost. Although last time I touched goalpost, we won. So I tell you what, if you don't want me to do that, I can get down to Old Trafford, touch goalpost. If you want the guaranteed win, don't know who's going to score, but we'll win. So, but we'll leave it there. Let us know your predictions for the Manchester United versus Newcastle game in the comments below, guys. Let's get onto it now. We've got you two in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Let's have it. Doyle's Liverpool that are trying to just find some continuity. Champions League, you're doing all right. Smashed Rangers, you smashed Ajax. Obviously, you had a little bit of a blip against Napoli, but you've been okay.
Yeah.
But the league is where it's just, you're coming off the back of that loss to Arsenal, which I watched that game, and it was weird because obviously shocking start after what, 1.5 minutes, 1 minute.
Yeah.
But then Arsenal, Thiago gets on the ball, you're dictating play, you get the goal you deserve.
Yeah.
Then you come out second half. Same kind of just before the end of the half.
Yeah, they can see.
You can see, but then you go again. But with Firmino does it and give away a pen, which I thought was very soft, by the way.
It was.
But how do you see this against Manchester City who are flying. Haaland's doing his thing, but even if we take out Haaland, that Foden's flying. They're Man City.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? What are you saying?
Terrified, I can't lie, lads. Without a shadow.
Are you terrified?
Yeah. This is probably the worst form we've been in going into one of these games since that season when it was in lockdown. Like it's terrible. The one thing I will say about us is we're scoring a lot of goals. We still are. That if we weren't scoring goals, that's when I'll start to panic and I'd worry about the team. But we can get them in. So they've been conceding a lot of goals.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's
weird, isn't it?
Leaky.
It's one of them,
we are
lads.
leaky.
And I feel like there will be space for us to do that. Plus, you've played against Nunes, but you only played against him once, so he's another little thing that we can add into it. Bobby's on fire at the moment. We've just scored 7 goals, and I know it was no disrespect to Rangers, no disrespect to us. I know it was only Rangers, but Mo Salah got a hat-trick in 6 minutes, lads. Like that, we're on a little bit of form now. We're changing our style, we're changing our formation.
How weird is that? Just on Firmino quickly, because obviously Nunes is the big money signing. You know, Mane goes, and I think I was saying this to you, like Firmino, not to be disrespectful because he's top. It was almost like, is he going to be maybe the Origi now, where like he's just going to get brought in because Jota's going to be up front a bit. Nunes, you expect him to hit the ground running, and actually he's proved why, in your words, he's still boss.
He is.
Isn't it? Like he's proved why he's still top draw player.
We look at our footballers, like the 2 best players in our team technically are Thiago and Bobby Firmino.
Yeah.
They are the best technical footballers that we have, and he's always been able to score goals. He was just told to play a different role, and now that he's come in, Nunes has not necessarily started very well. So he's went, Bobby, you can have that position, lad. I want you to score goals as a centre forward. And because we're playing a little bit of a different formation nowadays, you're looking at players like Salah, he's a little bit more of a playmaker. So it leaves space for Bobby to actually get in there, and he's not trying to feed Mane and Salah now so they can do the inverted runs and cut in. It's a completely different dynamic for him, and you can see he's got the quality for it. That goal against Arsenal was fantastic. Yeah, he's got 6 goals this season in the Prem already, which is mad. So I'm happy with him.
How are you feeling? He says he's petrified. How are you feeling going to Anfield?
I never feel good about going to Anfield, to be honest with you. I think, I was kind of saying before the cameras came on that like I always get a bad feeling in my belly about going to Anfield. I mean, no disrespect, but Old Trafford don't do that to me anymore. I've had enough good times there in recent years.
Yeah, in recent years.
I can go there with my slippers on, but Anfield, if you look back last 20 years, do you know what I mean? The whole time I've been alive, we've got 1, 2, 3 wins in 20, 25 appearances in Anfield, and it's just there's an energy in Anfield that once it gets going, sometimes it's almost like it's like mystical, like it's like
Electric,
it starts sucking the ball into the net. Do you know what I mean?
This is music.
Don't think he's there now.
And it's horrible. And it's horrible because as City, we're one of maybe the few clubs that have gone Anfield and on quite a few occasions outperformed Liverpool and still lost.
Just can't get a result.
Still just can't get it to go over the line. Now I'm torn because on the other side, I feel like right now this is the most distance has been between us in terms of quality. And I do feel like Haaland is going to be hungry because of that Community Shield game. I feel like he's the kind of guy that carries these things on his shoulders. And there was a lot of talk from Liverpool fans and the media about, maybe Nunes is the guy.
Yeah.
And I think Haaland carried that into the start of the season. And I think he's going to be going there thinking, I want to score 5 or something. You know, he gives that kind of energy. I said it to you with the derby, like, you know, he knows about his dad and the situations. I feel like he's that kind of guy, Michael Jordan-esque, that would just
He's a monster, lad.
take something.
He's an absolute mental.
Are you scared? Are you scared of him? Do you think?
Lad, yes.
What?
In every kind of way, yes. Our defending has been terrible and his attacking has been phenomenal. I've never seen a striker come into the Premier League and do what he's done. I hold my hands up and say, oh my Lord, wow, what an incredible striker.
Can you stop him?
No,
can Konate and
probably
Van Dijk?
not, lad. Has any team been able to stop him so far?
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth.
They lost 4-0.
From a neutral's point of view, it is a shame that we're not seeing prime Van Dijk versus prime Haaland.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get to see that again because obviously I'm glad that we're not seeing prime Van Dijk anymore. But there was a moment when Van Dijk kind of was defensively the equivalent to what we're seeing with Haaland.
I agree with that, lad.
I've never seen someone so dominant like that. They just
And now.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got, like, this is the thing with these lads, yeah, so I'm not really, the form that they're having right now, I'm going to stick with them still because the quality that they've shown me over the last 5 years, lad, is just phenomenal. It's incredible.
There's enough evidence to see.
You can trust them, like, so even when it comes to games like this, yes, he's had a poor season, but if he decides, I'm going to be on it today,
it can still happen.
It's a problem, lad. And it's the same with, that's what we're talking about with Haaland, like, he just decides he's on it every single day, so we just need our team to turn up, and they can do it. If there's anything that Liverpool can do right, it's beat City in a season when it doesn't matter for us. That's the most Liverpool thing that you can possibly do, lad. And I know Arsenal fans will be looking at this game, and I've been talking to a lot of them actually about this game. They want us to win, of course they do. But I can just see us, weirdly, I can just see us getting a draw.
As a neutral in this, and looking at this and looking at both teams, obviously played against both of you. I see what you're saying. As poor as Liverpool's been, and I've been ringing up my Liverpool mates saying, "Oh, you're in the mud, it's over." You have a little laugh, but when you really break it down, look, Liverpool are still in games. Do you know what I mean? Like against Arsenal, you give them a flipping good game. Like you're scoring,
goals.
And at Anfield, although we're saying they've been poor, when's the last time you actually lost there?
I think it was Burnley last, 2 years ago.
2-3 years ago, something like that.
In the Premier League.
In the Premier League. So even when they're on the ropes, and I know City's a different proposition. If you go 2-0 down to flipping City, you can't just come back. I'm not saying that, but even Brighton still were in a losing position. Considering they were winning by 2-0. Crystal Palace, I think, done the same thing in a winning position. Zaha cuts in, great goal. You're losing. Same against Newcastle. So, like you said, it's a different proposition at Anfield. But away from them to you guys, the way I see it is, I've learned from seeing up close and obviously just watching in general, it ain't just about Haaland, man.
No, it's not.
You know what? Forget Haaland. That's just obviously the pinnacle of many problems. Phil Foden, is just playing out of this world right now. He's a fantastic player, always has been, and but I feel like he's really finding himself of where to fit in, and then you add that in with De Bruyne at any moment, balls flying through Cancelo. Even I give Jack Grealish a lot of stick because I'm onto him. I need to see. Do you know what I mean? Not just because of the price tag. I just want to see what you're on at City, what, and I haven't seen it. But recently, the last few games, he's coming to the fruition as well.
It's Haaland, mate. For me, it's still Haaland in the sense that he's the catalyst for this.
The space he creates.
He's brought the element. He's lifted the level, and they went, I'm just as good as you, lad. Watch me play football. That's what, in my opinion, he's been the spark.
Are you worried? Are you worried that by not winning this, because you said it can't derail your season, it'll just be a loss and you keep going. But you are on 23 points, a point behind Arsenal. Say you lost, and Arsenal won. That'll be 4 points. A little bit of a gap there. Are you? My question is, are you significantly worried about Arsenal in any way, or shape, or form?
I'm not. It's hard for me to answer this question without sounding like I'm disrespecting.
Bro, just say it.
No, because
it's Arsenal, bro.
No, because I don't.
Arsenal, bro. What do you mean?
I can't.
It's Arsenal. You're allowed to disrespect them.
No, because I got love for Arsenal, and I think there's a weird kind of like brotherhood between Arsenal fans and City fans through this like combined hatred of United. So like it's like a
title contenders going at it, and they're still coming.
I sort of understand what he's talking
about. You know, just get off the set, man.
I'm saying this in the wrong place.
A little bit. Do the overview by myself. There's no point.
But I do think that they've the quality of the football they've been playing and what Arteta's doing over there, it deserves respect. So I don't want it to sound like I'm not worried about them, because that's what everyone else is doing. But actually, as City, everyone else I think should be worried about him. But as City, I think that over the course of the season, they've not been there before like Liverpool and City have, knowing what happens when you have to win another 15 out of 17 again. You can't just do that after back.
You can't draw.
You've got to do what you've been doing now. You need to do that again from February through till
the whole season. You can't have set the levels.
Bro, we lost one game in a season and still lost to them. We only lost one game.
Yeah, it's different.
And they're clearly still in the same groove, if not better.
And that's why Liverpool are still the only people that I fear on the title thing, because they're the only people I think that have ever experienced this level of what's required in this league. And I said to you last time with Nunes, I don't think he had the memo that you can't afford to get sent off.
No, you can't.
That could be the whole season over. Just you not being available for 3 games. Like that's someone didn't tell him. This is the fine lines that we're dealing with in this league now. So
can you afford to lose? I know it's a mad thing to say because you don't want to go like your City. You go into every game expecting a win, but if you lost, would that be catastrophic?
I think we can lose and still. I think if we lose, we'll still win the league.
Yeah, me too.
I think if Liverpool lose,
what does it mean for them?
Top 4 is done and dusted for me.
You reckon we won't get top 4?
What if they lose against you? You think they definitely can't get top 4?
I definitely don't think that.
I think with Liverpool,
They're on 10 points and Chelsea are in
What I'd
fourth with 16.
what I'd like to ask you, brother, then, is who do you think is going to finish above us to get that top 4? Because I can't see Chelsea
in
doing
fourth
it.
place.
Yeah.
That's the hard one because I've fluctuated between putting Chelsea in at 4th, United in at 4th, Liverpool in at 4th. I think you guys, you've still got the manager, you've still got the been there, done that, and you've still got the quality in that squad. But I also think that you guys are the deepest in a rebuild needing to happen.
Transition time, innit?
Yeah, like you're in a deep transition, and you've mistimed it a little bit where it's like you've got a badly aging midfield, the defence is falling apart, and it's so. I think that if you lose against City, especially if you lose badly or convincingly, it's like a chink in the armour that's being exposed a little bit. And I feel like that, I'm not going to say that if you lose to City, that's top 4 done, but it will put more confidence in me saying, I could see Liverpool missing top 4 this year. I think if you beat City, I'm starting to say, look, Liverpool are going to put together what they need to do to get back in probably top 3 contention. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you beat us,
yeah, I think the
belief's
chink in
there
our
again.
armour's already been there, lad, with Arsenal, to be quite honest with you, lads. We've beaten Arsenal for the last 7 years, comprehensively, very easily, lad. No disrespect, we just have, lad, because the level's just been so high. I think everyone's probably going to expect us to lose to you guys.
that was Emirates. It went Anfield.
No, it wasn't.
Anfield.
It wasn't.
If City can come
Still
and win
haven't
at
lost there in
Anfield,
ages.
I mean, that game, by the way, lad, there was some mad referee decisions in that game, just to let you know.
but what?
Like even the first one. But that's already put our heads down a little bit, and we're going to bounce back. Liverpool, if there's anything that Liverpool are definitely fantastic at, regardless of anything, is we bounce back.
Yeah.
We
All right.
always bounce back.
Okay, so with that, you're going to bounce back. Give me a prediction.
2-2. I think it's going to be
2-2.
another high-scoring game, lad. We score goals and they concede goals, lad. We concede 2, and that's why you'll score 2 against us, but we will get some goals as well. 2-2.
What are you saying?
I want to hear your prediction first.
I'll give you my prediction if you want first.
Yeah, go on. I need more time. You saying draw as well?
I like your 2-2. I was just thinking 1-1 or whatever. Could even be 3-3. I just got a feeling that what you said, even if they're not at their best, and they just find a way at Anfield to just make sure they don't lose. And you might even nick it. Do you know what? I've just got a funny feeling. It's Arsenal with a little jammy. It's them. That's really what it is. I just feel like they're going to beat Leeds, and you're going to drop points, and that's just going to give them either they're going to be either 2 points clear of you or 4 or whatever it is. And I just got this weird thing with Arsenal where all my friends that are not Arsenal fans, they're like, don't worry, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, Arsenal are not going to win the
It's
league. And I'm just like,
yeah.
I don't know whether I'm
haunting
thinking in my head like, what do I do if they win the league?
Yeah.
But listen, it is what it is.
Okay,
So, but I think I've got a feeling you won't win.
Yeah. The fan in me is anxious enough to want to say a draw, but I think if I can try remove some of that, I think I'm going to back my team and say, I think it might be 4-2. I think we might. I think, like you
Get
say,
to like
we'll
2-2 or something, and then.
But I think they'll just get mad at certain points in the game, and I think that City will be aware of everything I've been saying about not getting a win there, and they'll be hungry for that. They'll be hungry to put right a lot of bad feelings and bad moments, and guys like Foden and Haaland will want to come and take advantage of that back 4. So I'm gonna go 4-2.
So we've got a draw, City win here, and City just not winning here. I don't know which way around it is. Let us know what you guys think in the comments about that as well. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Remember, you can join the UV Members Club. Link is in the video description below if you'd like to do that too. Let's talk about Arsenal. They go away to Leeds. Leeds are a weird outfit. You know, on their day, they can always give you a game. It could be frantic. They could be pressing all over the place, and Ellen Road crowds up. It's a hostile atmosphere. But other times, there could be a walk in the park to play against. You really don't know what Leeds you're going to get. We do know what Arsenal we're going to get at the moment. Super consistent. Obviously, you just come off the back of playing against them. How do you think they fare at Ellen Road?
It's going to be a game of chaos, lad. Like I said it before the stream, right? Arsenal remind me of City 6 years ago, lad, where we were just overwhelmingly phenomenal going forward. Like, they will make them defenders panic, but they still leak goals, and they still will concede. So I just can see like a high, like what you said with the Liverpool game, a 4-2 to Arsenal, because that's the way Leeds like to play as well. They like to play chaotic football. So I just think that
Leeds without a win in their last 5 in the Premier League.
They are struggling at the moment.
Lost against Palace, drew against Villa, lost 5-2 against Brentford, drew against Everton,
it's at
lost
the Emirates
against
as well,
Brighton.
isn't it?
Pardon?
It's at the Emirates as well, isn't it?
No, it's Ellen Road.
Oh, it's Ellen Road. All right, so it does bring another element to it.
Changes that a little bit.
They're proper fans, Leeds fans. I know like United don't like them and that, but they're proper fans, lad, them. Like, they will support their team, and when the noise is going in at Ellen Road, mate, it's going. So I can see them getting a few goals against Arsenal. A lot of people have. So I reckon it's going to be about a 4-2, and Arsenal will just comprehensively win. They just will, lad. They will overwhelm them, but they'll still get some goals. I think that's what's going to happen, lad.
Yeah. I think Arsenal will win. I think in the past seasons I would have said I could see Arsenal beating Liverpool and then going and dropping points at Leeds, because that's the Arsenal
It'll be the Arsenal thing, but you can't really put that at their doorstep.
I don't think you can, and I think that they're aware. It's almost like they've got that written on the wall somewhere to remind them not to do that. Like, they'll almost be going in like, let's make sure that we don't even let that conversation
I'll tell you, it's
come
got
to
it on the screen, bro.
Yeah.
Just like it's got the Ivan Toney tweets on the screen, bro.
That's what it feels like.
United and Arsenal, all of a sudden, have developed a spine and a backbone, lad, and I'm like, what?
Yeah,
what,
where did this come from?
Where did that come from?
Yeah, it's horrible for me to see, like, but also, it's
whilst yours is gone.
It's
your
real, lad.
gone.
It's real. Yeah, exactly, lad. It's real, and I'm seeing it, and this is why, against these little teams, now when you're seeing it, where they need to put in a fight and you need to have grit, I just expect them to do it now.
Yeah.
I just do.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
They've got enough quality in that spine now as well.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, they are leaking goals, like you said, like an old. And the City analogy from years ago is a good one as well, because I think you look at their back four and Saliba is looking like he could become what Kompany was, so a world-class centre-back, but he's paired with someone who, no disrespect to Gabriel, because he looks great.
He's a liability now.
But he's a bit of a liability.
Yeah.
So it's like,
It's
and again, no disrespect to Jolie and Lescott.
Especially them.
Yeah, like,
balls,
we had a lot of them guys that was in next to Kompany that weren't that. They weren't
Vidic next to him.
Yeah, they weren't Vidic and Ferdinand. Do you know what I mean? It was Ferdinand and somebody else that weren't that level, and that's what's going on at Arsenal at the moment. So for them, they need Gabriel to step up to that Saliba level, where now we just look solid at the back, and that's when I would start to worry about them. But if they keep looking like they could just have somebody in, you know, Xhaka has been great so far, but I still feel like we're waiting for the day that he's just going to get sent off or something and throw a game away. So I'm waiting for, but then it's hard, and then you got Partey in there again on the spine, who looks.
He looks boss, mate.
Listen, again,
it's due.
We have the banter as well with a lot of the fans and stuff. We all get on well as content creators and stuff. Yeah. So you want them to fail for those reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I know a lot of Arsenal fans.
I want to walk in the studio like this, lad. You know what I mean? With my chest out.
But you got to give credit where credit's due. I look at Arsenal differently. I don't put those things at their doorstep. There are still a lot of unanswered questions with them, but in fairness to them, the unanswered questions are because the time hasn't elapsed yet. Like, we can't answer them questions because it hasn't been 25 games yet in the season. We don't know what happens when they're in the quarter-final of the Europa League, plus the fifth round of the FA Cup, plus this, and then you have to go away to City and do. We don't know.
Yeah, it's true.
So they've done everything up until this point where everyone said either you ain't played no one yet, or wait till Europa League starts, or wait till you lose a game. You know, go to Old Trafford, got the first loss. They were labelled as, same with Arsenal. What happened? Bounce back against Brentford straight away.
Backbone again, lads.
Backbone. So I think they put Leeds to the sword comfortably. And I think they get a bit of a gap up there. I think something's going to happen there.
I think same. I think Arsenal win. I think maybe even get a clean sheet.
I think it'll be a really comfortable after. Maybe that's a bit
not super comfortable.
Maybe not super. There'll be moments in the game, but I think Arsenal will get the ball down. They'll be at it from almost minute one without much scares, and they'll go and get a first goal, and then Ellen Road will just.
Leeds are going to struggle, man. I think that Bielsa, when the new guy
Jesse
came
Marsh,
in, and that American kind of like super fit, super hard working, that gave him a bit of a bounce back. But now I feel like that's starting to run its course, and I think
needs to find a different way quick.
It's not enough in the Premier League.
It's not enough.
You've got to have quality.
Last year
that separates the leagues.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Why it's separate.
Let us know what you think Arsenal are about and what they're going to be doing in that game. Tight game, but I just think, I say it's tight game. I think Arsenal will win comprehensively, personally. Let's go to Chelsea. Graham Potter, just stabilised a little bit. Okay, you can say Chelsea ain't really played anyone. You know, they should have. You know, that's no disrespect to Palace. Actually, they were probably lucky against Palace. Won the strike, and then who did they play? Wolves. You know, there's
been a lot of that.
The manager, so they haven't really had a big test yet, but they're stabilising. You know, one away at AC Milan. AC Milan weren't great, but again, going to the San Siro and picking up a win.
Bad
Builds
for AC
confidence.
Milan,
Got
really.
Aubameyang scoring. Reece James is out now, so big miss there for them.
Sad that actually for England as well.
Sad for England,
I'm
that
actually,
as
as
well.
a Liverpool fan, I'm still gutted about that because you want to see him in the England squad, don't you?
Exactly.
You've got so many talented players there. You want them all to go through and play different tactics or whatever.
Yeah. But they're taking on Aston Villa. Your guy Stevie G.
Oh, lad, Gerrard, man.
And he just can't. Anytime they might scrape a little win and just look like they might start to build, they just go back to square one. They're just flatlining, where I think I've seen on social media anyway and heard from some Villa fans that they're just a bit underwhelmed by Stevie G. I mean, but they at home at Villa Park, they arguably should have beat you. That disallowed Coutinho goal for the offside that they should have waited. So they turned it on in that game. So Chelsea come in there. Do you back them to maybe?
Chelsea's such a hard one to call, isn't it? Because like changing your manager mid-season under Abramovich, the whole we'll sack the manager, get a new one in. It was a tried and tested method. But this Ted Bowley guy isn't Abramovich, and the situation over there isn't what it was. So I don't just look at it and think, they've sacked the manager, it'll just work. Like. Yes, Graham Potter's the top manager. Yeah, he's not lost. But like you said, I don't feel like they've really been tested yet. I just don't think they'll be tested again against Villa, though. I think Gerrard's struggling, to be honest with you. I think I watched somebody the other day breaking down about how narrow they play and how much emphasis gets put kind of on the middle of the park, where
he literally plays he plays with 2 10s behind the striker, and it's like,
and that's crazy. The only thing I worry about with a player like Stevie G becoming a manager. Obviously, world-class player, but he was quite unique in the sense that like he was a centre midfielder that like he just dragged games by the scruff of the neck. He wasn't impacting games necessarily through this kind of like it was almost like it'll just come through me. So now his teams, it's like he's just trying to go through the middle, through certain players, through a Coutinho, and I just don't know if that can happen without a Stevie G on the pitch, and I don't know. When he gets to the point where he knows that can't happen with a Stevie G on the pitch, how does he then shift to bring something else to the table that another manager isn't going to be able to bring to the table? It worked at Rangers. It don't look like it's working at Villa. I don't think it will work at Villa. I think it could still work for him as a manager, but I don't think he'll be able to turn it around.
I do think he needs to change with the players at his disposal. Like, because I look at Villa's team as individuals, and I think they could be in the top 10.
Players, them, like Ollie Watkins is a striker.
Ollie Watkins is good. You look at Ings. You know, he's a live wire. Coutinho. Look at Digne. You look at Buendia. You know, he has. You know, you look at Leon Bailey.
They definitely shouldn't be struggling.
Ramsey as well. Jacob Ramsey's a little player as well.
Really good. Douglas Luiz. You know, they got good players. You know, but I just feel like you said, Steven Gerrard's methods and the way he's trying to get that team to play. It's just underwhelming. You know, they went 1-0 down against Forest, who have been absolutely awful, and then Ashley Young scores a wonder goal. Before that, 0-0 against Leeds, flat, underwhelming. How do you see this game going?
I feel bad for Gerrard. I think it's exactly what you said. He just hasn't got... This is what happens sometimes with players when they go to management, is they don't have the education to become a manager sometimes. Even though they are a player and they've been through the game and they've been educated on how to play football, it doesn't necessarily always translate to managing. I think he's a boss man manager in the sense that he's personable, lad. People love him. People respect him. He'll do what he says. But his education of being a football manager and like say playing a City and going, this is how I'm going to have to set up now to make sure that I get a result against this team. This is how I'm going to have to set up against the Brighton, and I'm going to have to set up completely different. I don't think he has that tactical now, so I don't really see him getting a result against Chelsea, if I'm quite honest with you, mate. And I think it's the stark opposite of what Graham Potter is. Graham Potter is exactly that. He's got all the notes, lad. He's got all the tactics. He's got all the books. Everything's there, lad. He's all
He's even got a new turtleneck, new trim, everything,
he
bro.
Looks sick, lad. He looks
the
sick.
glow up's real.
Good on him, lad.
Glow up's real, mate.
He got to London and was like, living his best
bro.
life in the West End.
Little skin fade and that,
bro. He's gone to the barber. He's got the proper trim. He's gone to the proper. I don't know if he's hit up a little Moss or a Reese.
Definitely.
He's got. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Got the fit. So big up Potter, man. All right, let's quicken up now. Let's predictions. What we got?
I think the intelligence of Mr. Potter and his tactical nous will overwhelm my sweetheart Gerrard, and they'll win 2-0.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3-1.
3-1. I'm gonna go 2-0. 2-0 Chelsea. Right. Let's go. Tottenham Everton. Tottenham coming off the back of beating Brighton.
Yeah.
Tottenham just, again, Eintracht Frankfurt, they made hard work of it.
Yeah.
3-2. They just Conte their way through.
Yeah.
That's the
Conte
only
does,
way.
lad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They
amazing.
are a proper team in the, you know, like when a team couldn't be more in the image of their manager.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know Man City doing that, and now,
No, but you're right.
You know, City, Arsenal doing that with Arteta. But when you look at Tottenham, it's like if a team and a way of playing looked like a man, like the two, like they just. Do you know what I'm saying? They
a ball-led lad,
man. Proper setting. So they play Everton. Everton coming off the back of a loss to Manchester United, and actually, as much as I say it was a tough game, and you know Everton, they had the best defensive record in the league before we went there.
Yeah.
You know, one unbeaten in the last, I think, 5 games, I think it was, or maybe even 7. They didn't play well. They played really poorly against Man United, giving the ball away. Yeah. Frank Lampard will want a lot more from them. Yeah. It's at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. What's the prediction?
I think Tottenham will drop points. I think Everton will go there and get something. I do. I don't know why. I've got a lot of faith in Lampard. I've had a lot of faith in him since he got there, and I feel like everyone's been almost like willing him to fail. But
and he's aware of that. He's been talking about people like those favourites to go down.
And I just think Tottenham. I don't think Tottenham can keep up with the top. I think that they're not meant to be where they are in the table. Really, I know that sounds a bit harsh, but like
3 points behind City.
Yeah, I just think that if they dropped points against, I think if they dropped points against Everton, especially if Liverpool then went and got points against City, or United beat Newcastle, there would be a bit of a correction in the league, and they would be pulled back into that pack of like, and I think that that's due to happen for them. I don't think they can keep just dragging away through games, and I think Everton are hungry for like a scalp. Do you know what I mean? They get against United. You said they didn't play that well, but I still thought they were at one point in that game. I thought they were going to get a point in that game.
Towards the end, last 10 minutes was the time when they came on strong.
So I think they might manage to scrape a point. I don't think they can go there and win, but I think they'll go there and cause a problem.
Doyle, what are you saying?
I think Tottenham will just win. I really, really believe and trust in Conte's exactly what you said. He has a blueprint of his team, and it's exactly replicates him as a man. Yeah. So and he's successful with it. It's exactly the reason why he's successful. You go every club he's been to, he's won the league. So I have no doubt that Tottenham are going to finish top 4 this season, and I have no doubt they're going to be able to beat teams like Everton and scrape them wins where they never used to be able to do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think Conte will just beat them. So I think 2-0.
Okay.
2-1.
I think Spurs will win. I think Spurs will win 2-0. I think it'll be a comfortable even.
Sonny's got
those are the sensible predictions.
Yeah,
Sonny's got something to prove as well. You've seen the goals he's been scoring.
We are probably being a little bit disrespectful to Everton because they are hard to score against.
They are. Like, I know that, lad. I know that. When we played them,
and they did give us maybe 2-1. Maybe 2-1. I just think Tottenham will edge it somehow. It might not even be pretty.
That's the sensible.
They'll just find a way. It might only be 1-0.
Penalty,
free kick, counter attack, etc., etc. Okay, let's get some just predictions on these so we can round it off. Southampton against West Ham.
Southampton, West Ham, I think a draw there. Yeah, West Ham struggling. I want to say West Ham are going to get it going at some point, but they're just struggling.
No, they've done all right. They've done all right in a minute. West Ham, they've got back-to-back wins.
But they're still
3
wins. Yeah, I just don't know if
Southampton ones are struggling.
Properly.
Where West Ham are still sitting around the bottom somewhere.
Nah, West Ham doing all right now. They're 13th, mate.
They have picked it up.
Yeah, mate.
I have blinked and missed that.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll go.
Southampton are 17th.
I still go with a draw in that game. No, I'll just stick with the original prediction. I'm going to go 1-1, I reckon.
Okay. What are you saying on that one?
2-1.
David always find his mojo?
He's finding it with these talented football players. He's seeming to find it a little bit now, which is good for him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over West Ham win now. I think Southampton are absolutely nearly on their arses, to be honest. I really do.
Might be. Yeah,
they could go down. They absolutely could go down. You know, you got Wolves there, Forest, you got Leicester rock bottom as well. Yeah. Not a lot of quality there at all. So yeah. I'm gonna go over 2-0 West Ham win on that one. Let's go to Palace. Palace are taking on Leicester. Big game Saturday 12:30. Yeah. Palace travel really well. They give anyone a game, and Leicester are rock bottom.
Leicester was who I had in mind when I was thinking. I just looked at the table earlier and I was thinking, who is it that was just stuck at the bottom? Them. I just thought it just doesn't make sense why they're doing so badly. I can't really put 2 and 2 together with it outside of the fact that they've had to sell every good player they've had for the last 5 years.
I think I know what it is in there, lad. I think Leicester don't know what their next step is, lad. They don't know what
Okay.
the plan is.
Yeah,
Brendan
yeah.
Rodgers it's not working right now. And all these talented footballers like Maddison and Tielemans are like, I am sick at football and I am not getting any rewards for this in any way. I know they won an FA Cup, but I just don't know what their next step is, and I don't think they do, so they don't know what their identity or plan or anything is.
See, I feel it for Rodgers. I think that because of their financial situation where they couldn't buy players because of COVID, they couldn't invest in the squad. So the best thing they could do was try and hold on to assets, which they managed to do in Maddison, fended off Newcastle, which they managed to do in Tielemans. They lost Schmeichel. And I just feel like that team has reached its like absolute pinnacle. Because if you think what Brendan Rodgers has done there, he's done amazingly well there. But they haven't given him the tools to kick on. No competition for places, bring in fresh blood. And I do hear what you're saying, Doyle. It's like it's just not working. It needs a refresh. It needs investment now, and they just can't do it. So right now it's turning into Brendan Rodgers just needs to keep them in the league.
Do you reckon he'll get the sack?
I don't think they will sack him. I don't think they will sack him because I'm not sure that someone else comes in and just gets them firing. Like, there can be a new manager back. I just think that Brendan Rodgers knows that squad really well. He's moulded that squad really well. We can see how difficult it can be to play against a good Leicester side when they all click. And I just feel there'll be a moment in the season where it does. I don't think he'll lose his job. I don't. But results dictate everything. If you keep losing, then obviously you will. So.
Which might change their identity as a result.
But how do you see that? Palace
This would be a good game for them to get that kind of momentum going, really. They need to get some wins before the World Cup. But Palace, I just think Palace have been really good, and I think Vieira looks like he knows what he's doing. You know, he has that tactical understanding, and they keep coming into games and just nearly getting a result or getting a result. I fancy Palace to
Defo Palace,
cause a
Palace,
problem.
100%. Eze, baller lad.
Okay.
100% Palace.
So we've got 2 Palace wins here. Draw.
Draw.
I'm going to go with draw. I'm going to go with draw on that one.
like it.
Wolves v Forest, another game, crunch down the bottom of the table. Wolves in 18th. They sacked Bruno Lage. Nottingham Forest gave Steve Cooper a new deal, but they still can't buy a win, but managed to get a point against Aston Villa. How do you see this one?
I think Wolves will beat Forest. I think Forest are going to go down bottom of the league, I think.
They are really struggling.
I think that's going to be a problem considering how much money they spent if they just go down with 30 new signings. But I think Wolves will get a win. I don't think they'll batter them, but I think they'll scrape past them.
It's going to be one of them boring games where it's 1-0.
End of match of the day, innit? Very last game of match of the day.
Fulham versus Bournemouth.
I actually like the sound of this game. Fulham are fantastic going forward. Is Mitrovic playing?
I don't know actually.
He's been injured, hasn't he? I do think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be
8th against 9th. Bournemouth.
Will be, lads.
Scott Parker. Yes.
And we beat them 9-0.
They're both above
They're
you.
above us, lads. What's going on?
So they're above mid-table, mate. It's 8th against 9th. Imagine that. Nice game, that. Maybe the Liverpool game is the one that's on the last match of the day. You know what I'm saying?
I was just thinking you guys could do with a draw here, couldn't you, if they're the people you're competing
This is heavy,
you know what, we got to, I didn't even clock this, it's true. Because if you beat Man City, but Fulham win, so what?
Bro, it's just so what, isn't it?
So what?
So what, lad?
You beat Man City, so?
So what, lad, is the word,
Doyle didn't expect that, did you? I didn't expect that, but it's true, they are above you, those 2 teams, so you do want to draw there, Doyle.
Yeah.
Are you going to go with draw?
I guess so, lad.
We just made him take it.
A draw's not a bad shout, to be fair. It's hard to know which of them is going to start to and which of them is going to. I don't think either of them will finish this high in the table.
It's at Fulham as well, though. It's at Fulham. That's the only thing.
I'll go draw. I'll stick draw.
Okay, and I think that is it. I think we've covered every game. Yeah, we have. There you go.
Brentford v Brighton.
Brentford v Brighton. Where is? Oh, there you go. It's tonight.
It's
tonight. There. I was thinking I was missing one. Friday night football, but there's no Monday night football. There's no Monday night football.
It's a weird one. Friday
Brentford Brighton. Yeah, Brighton got a new manager. Pushed Liverpool to the absolute edge. Trossard hat-trick, but then fell at home to Spurs, but still did okay.
And Brentford have been doing the same thing.
Brentford, you're never sure what Brentford you're going to get, especially at the Brentford Community Stadium as well.
I feel like I keep copping out with draws, but I do feel like I could see another draw in this one. But a scoring draw, a 2-2 or something like that.
Exactly what I was going to say, 2-2, lad.
2-2?
Yeah.
Wicked.
I'm going to go Brighton.
Yeah?
I feel Brighton will just,
Ivan Toney would be disgusted.
He would be disgusted, actually. I'm going to go Brentford. I'm going to back myself with chest. I'm going to say Brighton, but Tony will score.
I like it.
Maybe 2-1. Guys, that's the end of the overview. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. The links in the video descriptions below will be to Tom's social media, so you can go and find him. Obviously, you know where to find Doyle at Cop TV, and also
freestyle
exactly. We'll put his Instagram handle there. Can you stop doing this thing though, yeah? Because this is what the freestylers do, yeah. They do this thing, yeah, where they say, "Oh yeah, you can learn this. You can just quickly do this." Yeah? And then you think, all right, let me. Step 1, I'll roll the ball. Step 2, the thing. Step 3, oh, and then it's the whole thing.
Backflip.
Bro, we can't do it.
Can we do a tutorial after this extra content?
Do you know what I mean, bro?
Tutorial
We might have to do a
in the car
members
park.
only video,
Alright,
bro.
in that case, Flex, if you want in-depth tutorials, yeah, you DM me and I'll sort yours out, okay?
I like
days.
Little rolls, you know, all of that stuff.
But it is amazing. Some of the stuff he does, I just look
Thank
at
you,
it in awe
brother.
every single time. So yeah, check out Doyle. He's doing big things on the
Good
freestyle circuit. And we will see you guys very, very soon back again with another video. We are out of it. Peace.